Welcome to Cashflow Savannah. This is episode 25. Chandler, how are you?
I am doing good. I have my baseball cap on because it is World Series time.
That's true. And I would love to say go Braves, but unfortunately they didn't make it this year.
And one of the best seasons ever, and they don't make it. I don't know what's up with that. But honestly, the two teams in it, they weren't supposed to be there either. So
That's fair. I love it. Today,
it's a good.
sorry,
I said it's a good series anyway.
it is absolutely. Well, today we have a great subject. We're talking about how to comp properties for sale. So when you're a buyer, you want to make sure that you're not overspending, especially as an investor, because the less you spend, the more you are going to make as an investor. And this works for flipping, this works for buy and hold, all of the things. So Jill and I wanted to do this episode for everyone so that you feel comfortable comping properties in Savannah, out of Savannah, around Savannah, near Savannah, far from Savannah. Any of those places work for comping properties, but our focus is Savannah, Georgia market.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pretty simple concept. Don't let it overwhelm you. And honestly, the more you do it, the better you get at it. And we'll just let you kind of know things to keep look for when comping.
And Chandler's going to show you how he runs comps with the sites that he has access to. And he's great at it. And I'm going to, let him roll with that. And then I'm going to take the same property and show you how an agent would comp on the MLS. And we're going to compare it and see, does it match up? Is it similar? Is it far apart? That's important to know because if you're working with an agent, they can also pull these numbers for you. It's a bit time consuming and you don't want to do 500 of these, but if you're very serious about the home, they'll most likely be able to do that for you. So Chandler, what have you got today? Do you have a property in mind that we're going to look at? Something on the market?
Honestly, I'm going to zoom in on some neighborhood random. I have no idea what I'm going to pick,
Good.
and then we're just going to go from there. I'll let you know.
Okay.
So let's see. Share my screen right here.
We're playing
And
deal or no deal here.
deal or no deal is what we're going to call it. I like it. All right. So this is Savannah. You can see everything for sale. I'm going to zoom in. Don't really want to. Come on, help me out. All right. This zoom is a wagon. All right. I don't want to comp $2.6 million properties.
That's a great investment. What are you talking about?
I mean, they could be great short-term rental. All right, let's go over here. So this is more downtown. Man, my service must be slacking.
It's funny. I can see you trying to pull it, but it's definitely, it's not.
Not you keep pulling it.
If still were your dog, I'd say you have a bad dog.
Huh. Okay, there we go. All right, perfect. I like this area right here.
All right. So if you're not looking on YouTube, Chandler's looking on the south side near Duren Avenue. And we work in this area. We know this area very well. A lot of great properties. Used to be a lot of properties in here around $50,000, $60,000 back when I first started buying in there, but now they've gone up quite a bit.
Yeah, don't you wish you bought back then?
I'm glad I did, and I wish I'd have bought more. You always wish you bought more.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. All right, so here's what we're going to. This is what I normally do. We'll pull this property right here. So 345, 2 bedroom, 2 bath house, 1,500 square feet.
right.
And I kind of just like looking at the pictures so I can get something that looks similar. So obviously, can you see the pictures well, Julie, or do I need to actually click on?
And I want to point out for the audience that he's showing the kitchen and it is not updated. And this matters.
Very, very, very outdated house. Pink.
We've seen worse. I'd say this is moderately outdated. Usually we go from the pit of hell to I could live in this tomorrow. And
Okay.
this is not the pit of hell, but it's definitely it needs it needs a lipstick rehab and probably some kitchen updates.
Kitchen updates for sure. The bedrooms are okay.
I agree.
All right. And the reason I want to look is just because, like, when I look at properties, I want to see something that's similar. Like,
Mhm.
If I comp a property that's been updated, like you can't comp that same price, you know.
Right.
The 345, and we see Memorial Hospital right here. So here's what I like to do is I like to draw, and what we're going to do is I can probably draw from Waters. This is a pretty big street. And then I am probably going to stop right here on East 52nd. And then Harry Truman is a pretty big highway. It's probably good to go ahead and draw around that. And then we'll stop right here. I could probably go a little bigger, because I could say like South Garden right here could be very similar to Sackville. Would you agree with that?
Mhm.
Similar housing. All right. And then what I like about Zillow too is right up here at the top, I can go up. Obviously, we're going to look at houses for sale. Apply. Price, I won't put anything. We said it's a 2-bedroom, 2 baths. Apply. Home type. Oh, and then I'm going to unclick all of these. I just want houses to pop up. Apply. So you can kind of see it's narrowing down for me, just 2 houses over here. Oh, we've already done that. And then here's a lot. This I like going in here and just doing the square footage. So I'll come in here and put max square feet. We said 1,500, so we'll just go 1,750 just to kind of apply. So all we get in this area that's for sale right now is 395, and it's on the market. So I wouldn't comp a for sale property, but that's just to give you an idea.
Okay. Now looking at your comp, it appears to be it's definitely updated compared to the one that you're looking at to buy. So I'm seeing newish kitchens, good floors.
This is probably a flip, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2 bath.
Oh yeah, so it has one extra bedroom.
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do is, so there's only 2 comps right there. We're going to go to sold, and then this should give me more. So you can see here's the sold property that recently sold, and here's what you really want to comp. I don't really comp for sale because that just means
Yeah.
worth what somebody wants to pay for it, right? And then I like to look at the date right here. It sold in 2023, so it's pretty recent. But this is a 4-bedroom, 2 bath. I'm not going to comp a 4-bedroom, 2 bath. 3-bedroom, 2 bath sold 426 for 215. I'm not going to comp that one either. But you can see it pops up green right here when I'm on that property. So it gives you an idea of where we're at. That's a rent. I don't know what that is. So this is crazy enough.
Huh.
So we just saw this property
Yeah, we did.
at what, 395, sold 4/5 2023. So they
Yeah.
bought that property at 117. I'm assuming it was outdated, pretty rough, and they flipped it. So they bought it at 117, 395. If they sell that, I'm sure they're doing okay, but it is not sold yet. So I'm not going to comp that one. 3.2 sold for 279. So what I'm seeing already is 345 is what we had earlier, is what we pulled up. It seems like that one's overpriced because I got like 3 2s right here.
Yeah, that was a 2-2.
Yeah, that was a 2 2. Here's a 3 2 that's selling at 279. And this is way more updated, way prettier, at 279. So really that property should be a lot lower. 193.2. Is that like a full home to you, or is that
That's I would say it's probably not updated.
but
Mm,
yeah, so now we're getting into 2020. Now we're getting into 2022.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
look at
really
that.
like going back that far,
I agree.
but I hear some people like going back a couple years because they like to see the trend.
Mm.
They'll see the trend. Oh, what's the trend? The trend is property values are going up. Like I mean, since 2022 and 2023, property values are going up. Um, so
We haven't
I'm,
seen a 2-2 yet, Chandler. These are all,
I'm trying to find a true comp at two
yeah.
twos, um, which is really tough to find. Let's go like let's filter this.
What if we
Uh,
do 1 plus instead of 2 plus? No, I'm sorry, not bedrooms on bathrooms. Because I wonder if Savannah does have a lot of 2-1s, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. There you
um,
go. I'm just curious. I have no idea. We're just doing this live, but
here's a 2-1.
oh, interesting. Can you are
Two
that
one. This is only 850 square feet at 169, and that just sold
still though? That's half the price.
half. 3-1, very nice property. Just sold. This one's very, very nice. The square footage is lower on that. I would be willing to
How
bet
much?
people, yeah, not much. But I want to show you. I've already looked at this house and it was very nice on the inside.
Wow,
I
no,
was like,
for
I would want
less.
this.
This one is for sale for.
I'd want this property for myself.
Yeah, shoot.
But
Interesting that it sold about basically a month ago, and it looks like the buyer already has about $20,000 worth of equity a month later.
yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm seeing very
So
quickly that that comp you have is there's a reason it's sitting. What are the days on market of your primary property that a lot of times affects the price as well?
of the one that I'm comping.
Hmm.
So for sale. So it's already been price cut $40,000.
Mm.
It was listed on September 15th. So it is way, way above.
Yeah, this is really high, really, really high. Honestly,
So
a 1,500 square foot 2-2, that's a very large 2-2, in my opinion. I'll bet you could find room to make a third bedroom in there. Would you agree?
most likely you probably could. Um,
I mean, I have 3-1s that are way smaller than 1,500 square feet and they feel nice, but a 2-2 that's 1,500, that's a pretty good sized house.
well, that's like we just saw a 3-1 at 1,200 square feet or
Yeah.
13. Um,
Sometimes from the pictures, you can kind of see where there's extra space that maybe you could, like, that's a big laundry room, for
maybe
example.
right here. Yeah.
Could we make that? It looks a little too small, honestly, but you're always looking for a way to add value as an investor. But I
But
just want
another
to
thing,
say,
go
go ahead.
ahead. Another thing I want to say is like when I'm comping, like you comp based on like a busy street. Is it on a busy street? If it's on a busy street, you kind of got to lower that price. Um,
Okay, but let's say you're in
hard
Detroit,
for
Chandler. How do you know if East 60th is a busy street? How do you know that? What's your go-to
I go
trick?
right here. I go to street
There you
right
go.
here on Zillow most of the time. You can easily just go on the street view, which is not showing on this listing. Um,
It says back to listing. I think it's
but
just
so let's go right here. But you can see like this isn't on a busy street right here. Is just a so on a normal little street. Like busy street would be Delesseps. Busy streets, Waters. Like these big streets. If it's on those kind of streets, you really just have to deduct not too much, but that's something you got to keep in mind. Nobody thinks about that corner lot. Corner lots go up for a little bit more. Um,
but
some people would say
people ask me
brick.
all the time, show me how does the neighborhood look? Well, I've never been to this house in
Yeah,
Sackville, although I'm in that area. How could you check a neighborhood if you're in Detroit right now? What's your go-to trick?
I'm trying to pull up a home that has the. Normally, what I do is some agents will have the street view, is what they call it.
There you go. There it is. Go back to the map. There
Oh,
you go.
there it is right there.
There you go.
Perfect. That's
That's Zillow.
exactly what I need to see.
So you can
My
walk on Google, you can walk the neighborhood, and I encourage everyone to do so. That'll tell you a lot about the property. It's usually with updated every maybe 6 to 8 months, so it might not be like yesterday that they videoed it, but that gives you a really good idea of the street.
Yeah, so what I do here is, yeah, I just do kind of a full little circle. All right. And yeah, I'll walk the street for sure. But I kind of go full circle. Who's the neighbors?
Mhm.
What's the houses look like? And
Okay,
this isn't a
number
bad.
two, look for cars. If you see cars up in the grass that haven't been driven in 7 years,
Yeah.
that kind of tells you that the neighborhood is a little rundown. I remember when you said that the first time. I said, well, that's smart. Looks like they're moving. That's tough. They've got some boxes there.
Yeah.
But you
But
can tell a lot about the neighborhood just in a quick 2-minute tour on Google. Like, it looks great to me.
yeah, no, that's what I do. Just so you're not driving all the time. You go, all right, it's not a bad neighborhood. Looks pretty decent. All right, let's go ride it. But I just really like how Zillow lets you kind of draw out everything, and my Zoom screen is covering everything, so I'm having a hard time.
Oh, you can move that. Sorry.
Yeah, I got to move it. I'm trying to move it around,
So
but
for this house, what you're seeing when you drew your line, what do you think it's probably worth? Like, what's your guess just from looking on Zillow? I'm curious to know because we're going to go to the MLS as well.
yeah,
So
no,
you're the agent and you were going to put this up for sale.
because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna redraw and I'm gonna make it smaller.
Yeah. And notice that Chandler's using the Truman Parkway as a natural barrier. And I don't know for other cities, but in Savannah, the second you go across a major street, you do have a different comp. So you want to stay, fairly close and within the major boundaries for a neighborhood.
So 21780 square feet. I wouldn't 210 725 square feet. So if you wanted to, very similar house, just less square footage right here. Obviously, the other one's way bigger, but what we can do is we can go in and it's sold for $308 per square feet.
Mm.
See, that's just way off.
It does sound way off.
It's a tough house to comp. I'll be honest with you. I picked a bad house.
But that's okay. I mean, the harder it is, the more we can
Yeah,
learn.
no.
But I agree. If you really aren't sure, take a guess based on the comps, but also look at the price per square foot and then get an average and then say, the average price per square foot is 204 times
Here's
1500.
here's my gut feeling on this house too. Is my gut feeling is that house isn't actually 1,500 square feet. I think something's wrong along those lines. Because here's a 2-2 at 966.
Mhm.
It sold at 170.
Yeah, I think
I think,
maybe they're lying or they're trying to make it something it's not. I agree. I haven't seen a 1500 square foot
yeah,
two.
that's what I like. You see all 2 1s,
Right.
800 square feet.
You and
Like,
I are in this
and
neighborhood a lot. They're all around 1,000 square feet.
this is in the same exact neighborhood,
Yeah.
all selling for 170, 180. Um, so
Okay. Well, I have a
based on
square.
based on that, I wish I chose a different one.
That's okay. But
I would go with. I mean, I'm going to comp this house right here, and I would say around. I'd go comp it around $240,000. So I think it's $100,000 overpriced.
okay. Yeah, it's not if it were updated, it would be more, but I agree.
It's not.
250, 60.
This is a flip, I think.
Yeah. Okay, but okay, if you're acting not as an agent, though, you can go to chathamtax.org. You can type in the address 1306 East 60th, and you can get the square footage on the tax record. Do you want to do that real quick?
Yeah, let's do it. Hang on.
because I agree. You and I both agree that the square footage is probably incorrect because it's like a freakishly large house in a neighborhood.
My computer is lagging.
That's okay.
All right,
1306.
1306 East 60th Street.
So chathamtax.org, or you could go to Sagest as well. With an X.
Oh,
These properties are in Chatham County, Georgia, so it's chathamtax.org. And then you want to go by the address search.
address search. We said it was
1306 East 60th.
1306.
That's going to be 60th because that's the street.
I see number street.
60 there. There you go, 1306. And then just type in 60. And then search.
That's it?
Yeah, you can, if there's a West 60th, you just only click on the East 60th. There you go. There's only one.
Cool.
All right. So let's look at the property. This is public information. Okay. We're not doing anything shifty. Everyone has access to this. And then I would click on the property record card, Chandler.
That's on the left over here.
Up right underneath Board of Assessors. There you go. Okay. And then scroll down.
So you see the appraisal right there.
Mm-hmm. Square feet, 6,600 on, that's on the lot. This is 6,600 square foot lot. Okay, keep scrolling down. There we go. 1 story. Living area 1,500. Okay, we're incorrect. Okay, and then keep scrolling, Chandler. They have a drawing of the plot or whatever. Do you scroll all the way down?
Yeah.
Okay. It must just be a very inefficient piece of space.
It's just a big, yeah, it's a bigger. I bet the agent had a really difficult time comping this house as well at 345 because she probably took price per square foot and saw something
Yeah.
similar, and it was just way over.
Yeah,
But she had it's had a $40,000 reduction, so she had it at 390. Like,
there's no way.
so yeah.
Well, then Zillow's not wrong. Okay, so
Total.
are you okay with me pulling this up in the MLS and let's see what?
Yeah, let's see. I want to see what you get in the
This
MLS.
is, we're doing this live. Chandler and I didn't plan this address. He picked it out, and now I'm going to go on the agent side. But no, but I think it's great because it's not cookie cutter. And I thought they were full of crap on the square footage. You did too. But then we look on the tax record and we go, oh, we're the ones that are incorrect. That's okay. But being the biggest house in this neighborhood isn't necessarily the best thing. You know, you're not necessarily paid for every square footage. So
you can't price that per square foot, basically.
right.
And that is comping for me at least. I price a lot of things per square foot. I see something that sold that's a similar house, and then I go, all right, it sold for 130 bucks per square feet, and then I go get my house, and I go, all right, 130 times 1,200 or whatever, and that's kind of the price it gives me.
But that builds you here.
Yeah.
So that's tough. So that's where if you're working with an agent and you're serious, you can say, hey, can you just help me out? I'm having a hard time pulling comps. A lot of my clients that are flippers, you know, they need to know the after repair values. They want to know what it's worth today.
Yeah.
They also need to know after repair value. So as Chandler showed you, that house was not updated. So that's a very, the price is ridiculous. Okay. But if the price were better, you have a great opportunity for a flip. This is not a great flip property. It's not a great property for anyone at the current price. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you what I can see from the MLS. So I have it pulled up here. Okay. 1306 East 60th Street. Now, the nice thing about the agent view is I can pull up the house and I have everything in one spot. I've got the tax record right here. So I don't even have to go to chathamtax.org. And it is showing, these estimates are showing high. So we have to be kind to the agent here.
But you also have to remember, like a couple streets down, it gets pretty expensive.
Yes, it's near Ardsley Park, which is a much higher comp, and we shouldn't comp with
So that's why I like being able to circle out and like really look on Zillow, because you can kind of exit out of all those things.
I can also see where the house is located, and I can check on the flood zone flood map. Okay, so it's not the 100-year flood zone is nearby, but this is not in a flood zone. So that's a good thing about having access to the MLS. Okay, so back to the listing. So the button I'm going to push here is view comparable properties. Okay, so this is a 2-2. So notice what I'm seeing here. I don't see any other. Okay, there's only one. I'm sorry, there's a 2-2 right here, 1220 East 69th. It was withdrawn, but it was on for sale at 3025. That's interesting. So I'm going to take out the ones that are kind of far away. I'm doing this very quick. Okay, I'm not doing this to sell for someone. If I were, I'd have to be extremely careful. So see, the further I get, the more careful I want to be. So I'm just going to go out 1 mile. I'm doing this very quickly. Okay. And then I'm going to click these within a mile. These are all 2 bedrooms. Most of them are 1 bathroom. There's only one that's 2, but that's kind of all we can do. I do have one here that's a 2-2. So let me just add that back in, even though I'm a little bit nervous. It's 2 miles, but just to give us one more 2 bathroom. So I'm going to create a CMA. This is what your agent would do. I'm going to select myself as a contact, and then I should already have the subject property in here. I can, if I had more time, we can make different adjustments as an agent. But when you're pulling quick comps like this, we don't usually aren't able to do that. But if we're selling, we can. We must actually. So I am going to save the CMA and let me view it. Let's see what the MLS tells us compared to what Chandler's seeing. That's what I'm curious to know. Because you're what was your price, Chandler? About 300, 320,
240,
340?
240.
240. Okay. Got you. So they're going to show me brief summary of comparable properties, active status. Okay, here's our comp. Always at the top is the property that Chandler was looking at. Okay. And look at this 241. Chandler, you nailed it. For active listings, 240 is the price. Good job. And that's with just with it Zillow. Okay, you didn't use anything expensive.
Yeah.
Active contingent. Okay, these are higher square footage, 400. Now we can easily go and look at these. I'm guessing, Chandler, you want to pull these up real quick? 1523 East 52nd Street. I'll bet you these are updated. Well, actually not at 275. I'm sorry. This one is right, but this one is at 525. I'm sorry. We always look for the outliers. So 201 East 55th Street.
So that's what you want me to pull up is 201 East 55th.
Yeah, I'm wondering, I'm pulling up on my screen as well. I'll bet it's updated. Oh yeah, this is in a much better neighborhood. So this one is active contingent and it was for sale for 500. So you can say this is updated. The kitchen is not pink. Okay. And that matters. So that's a bit of an outlier.
So this one actually has a additional 1 bed. It has an ADU in the back too.
Oh, good gravy. So that's not even a comp. So it would be my job to remove that. So this shouldn't even be a comp to a 1
Yeah.
East 5th. No, thank you. So that's skewing things, which
Nice property.
it is a very nice property.
I just like the ADU.
Non-MLS sale, yeah, 133, 467. So that's fantastic. And then when we look at the sold properties, 289, 714. Now some of these might be updated and some of them may not, but I think you did a great job with the numbers. Just only using Zillow. You know, my guess is that this is a more updated price.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see. We've got some outliers. We have. This is really low. This is really. This is the average. Okay. Under contract, average is 193. That's quite interesting. Withdrawn 331. Don't know why they were withdrawn. And then the summary is the average is 259,000. Average price per square foot is 239.60. And then the median and low. So the MLS does give us quite a bit of information on the pricing. So I thought that would
So
be
the
kind of interesting.
475 is a very, very nice flip.
Okay.
Very, very nice.
Right. So it's fully updated. And
Yeah.
obviously that's going to bring in a higher price than one that has a pink kitchen. So
Mhm.
yep, very good. Well, good. I really hope everyone enjoyed this. I hope you were able to watch it on YouTube because we did a ton of screen sharing, and it's important to look at pictures. When you're comping properties, if you don't look at the photos and see if it's updated or not, I mean, there's a huge difference there. So that's a
Yeah.
part of it.
Comping can be really tough, for sure, because there's not every house is the same. You're just kind of like, oh, which house do I choose? But just find something similar and then go based off of that.
Right.
And I found the price per square foot and then base off of that. So
And
240. I'm glad it showed it.
only
I'm
look in
glad
that
it showed
neighborhood.
it.
That's the most important thing too, is stick close by.
Yeah, I draw the smaller circle I can draw, the better. So
Yeah, it's nice if you have a lot of sales close by and then you can tighten it up. That one was tough because there were only a few. But yeah, the tighter you can make those comps, the better your numbers are going to be. Because again, let's say that was a flip for you, Chandler, and you bought it at the current sales price, you would lose a ton of money. Like, this stuff really matters. And
yeah,
even, when you're flipping ten to $20,000 on the after repair value, that really matters. That's a big part of your return, is knowing what can you get it for? How much are you going to put into it? And how much can you sell it for going out? Those are three crucial things that you have to have a really good understanding. You don't just jump in and flip a house. Like,
the most.
okay,
Another thing people don't think about is holding costs too. Whatever it costs for you to hold it. So
very true.
yeah,
The quicker
if
the
you
flip,
enjoyed,
the shorter the holding costs too.
well, if you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Please comment too. Let us know what you want to hear next, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.